Imagine a man named John. One day, in a fit of rage, he assaults his business partner. The evidence is overwhelming: cameras, witnesses, everything. John is arrested, facing years in prison, but before his trial, he's in a car accident and suffers a severe head injury. He wakes up in the hospital with no memory of his name, his family, or the crime. Police show him the footage. He sees himself committing violence, but it feels like watching a stranger. He feels no connection, no remorse, because, in his mind, he didn't do it. The justice system faces a dilemma. John is legally guilty, but mentally, he's a blank slate. Should this new John be punished for the actions of someone he no longer remembers being? This isn't just a thought experiment. Real cases like this exist, challenging our ideas of justice. Is punishment about making someone suffer, teaching a lesson, or protecting society? If the person who committed the crime is, in a sense, gone, what's the so-called right thing to do? We have asked ChatGPT how it would solve this ethical dilemma. This is what it had to say. Our identity is tied to memory and experience. Without them, is the continuity of self broken? Are we punishing a body or holding a conscious mind accountable? John's case forces us to question what it truly means to be responsible for our actions. When memory vanishes, the line between justice and injustice blurs. Many argue that John's amnesia shouldn't matter. A crime creates a debt to society, and that debt must be paid. The harm is real, the law was broken, and the consequences must follow. Forgetting the crime is a personal problem, not a public excuse. If memory loss excused punishment, the legal system would fall apart. Justice relies on consistency. Commit a crime, face the consequences. If amnesia became a loophole, people would lose faith in the law. The law must apply equally, whether you remember your actions or not. Punishment isn't just about the offender, it sends a message to society. It says violence will be met with consequences, deterring others. Letting John go free could suggest that, under certain circumstances, you can escape justice. This would weaken the law's deterrent effect and make society less safe. For many, the answer is simple. John committed the crime, so John must be punished. His memory loss is tragic but irrelevant to the harm caused. The law he broke still stands, and the need for order remains. To forgive the debt because the debtor forgot it would undermine justice. The scales of justice must be balanced, and amnesia isn't enough to tip them. Society's need for accountability outweighs the offender's lost memories. Justice, in this view, is about action and consequence, not recollection. Justice isn't just about the criminal. It's about the victim and the community, too. John's amnesia changes nothing for the person he hurt. Their pain and trauma remain. For victims, justice means seeing the offender held accountable. If John avoids prison, the victim may feel abandoned by the system. The community relies on trust that laws will be enforced and people protected. Punishing offenders reaffirms shared values and restores public confidence. If a guilty person escapes punishment due to amnesia, faith in the system erodes. The law is designed to be objective, focusing on evidence, not internal feelings. Did this person commit the act? If yes, sentencing follows. Introducing memory as a factor would complicate justice and invite doubt. The argument for punishment, even with amnesia, is about honoring the victim, restoring community trust, and upholding the law. Justice is a public act, a declaration that society's rules matter. John's memory loss is a private tragedy, but his public responsibility remains. The needs of the victim and community demand accountability. But what if John truly is a different person now? If his memories, personality, and character are erased, is he the same man who committed the crime? Punishment aims for rehabilitation, but how can John learn from an act he can't remember? Prison would be pure retribution, suffering without understanding. Is it just to punish someone who can't comprehend their wrongdoing? The new John might be incapable of violence, no longer a threat. If he's fundamentally changed, does locking him up serve any purpose? This view challenges us to consider compassion and the current reality, not just the past. Justice, some argue, should be about who the person is now. Even if we accept that amnesia changes things, there's a practical problem. How do we know it's real? If memory loss became a defense, criminals might fake it to escape punishment. Diagnosing true amnesia is difficult. Even experts can be fooled. Courts would face endless battles of experts with huge consequences at stake. The risk of releasing a dangerous criminal is too high. Many legal systems refuse to consider amnesia as a defense, prioritizing public safety. The fear of deception often outweighs compassion, pushing justice back toward punishment. Maybe the answer isn't all or nothing. In rare, medically confirmed cases, a middle ground could balance justice and compassion. Instead of prison, John could be placed in a secure psychiatric facility, protecting society and offering treatment. This approach focuses on public safety and rehabilitation, not just retribution. Alternatively, amnesia could be a mitigating factor, reducing the sentence but not erasing accountability. The punishment would reflect both the harm done and John's changed state. This requires robust medical and legal safeguards to prevent abuse. Justice in these cases means tailoring the response to the complexity of the situation. It's not about easy answers, but about striving for fairness and humanity. Sometimes justice means finding a path between extremes. John's case leaves us with hard questions. On one side, the victim's pain, society's need for order, and the demand for accountability. On the other, the puzzle of identity, the possibility of change, and the call for compassion. The risk of faked amnesia complicates everything, pushing us toward caution. We're caught between justice for the past and mercy for the present. In the end, the question is, what is the true goal of justice? Is it to punish the act or to reform the person? Our answer reveals what we value most about being human. And you, what is your opinion on this matter? Like, share and subscribe for more videos of this kind.